Hey everybody, this is Paul, 125 Roller Coaster Challenge, and we're here at Dutch Wonderland, right in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And this is one of our home parks, but this is one of the first times we're actually filming here. We got the season pass this year, so it's the 9th park of the year, and we're gonna do our Explore. So as soon as you come in, right there's the main entrance. We're gonna go to the right, and the first thing you're gonna see is the Wonderland Special Train Station. Doesn't look like the train's going today here, but this is a great way to get around the park. And then, like I said, we're gonna head to the right. We're gonna do a unplugged later that we'll actually share with you guys, the going to the left, so you can see from both directions. But coming over here, right here, you got the Courtyard Coffee and Creamery and the Royal Rooster. We will be doing a Let's Eat sometime this summer, and we're gonna go through all the different food areas here. But plenty of food areas to eat right here as soon as you go to the right. But the Wonderland train is done. But eventually, we're gonna be giving you guys the tour throughout the summer, so we'll do a POV of that. But like I said, right there's the Courtyard Coffee and Creamery, and right there's Royal Rooster. And over here to the right also is first aid, so if you get injured, you're good there. And then you got your strollers. Now, one of the first things that you see when you come to this park is, right in the center of the park, is Merlin's Mayhem, which is their newest roller coaster here. They've got 2 family/adult ones and 1 kiddie coaster that we're going to show you. But this is definitely a nice investment that Pals Entertainment gave this park before they have now merged with Hersheypark. So, but let's give you a quick little view right there to the front, and then we're going to head over here to the right. Now, the train, of course, goes into a tunnel, which is always cool. Well, as we walk around here, the one thing this park is very proud of is the Golden Ticket Awards that they've gotten. Right here in 2009, they won Best Family Park, and they have continuously done this 21, 22, 23, and they won again 24, which is quite an accomplishment if you think about it for such a small family park, going up against the Sesame Places and others like that, Legoland. Now over here is the carousel, and this one's called the merry-go-round. So, and it is one of the smaller ones that we've seen, but it fits out perfect with this park. And of course, there's a Dippin' Dots, because you always got to have Dippin' Dots at parks. And here's the train station again. So right away, the train kind of loops right through this area. Now, right above us here is the Sky Ride, and this is the slowest Sky Ride I have ever encountered in my life. And I've done a few of these. It actually takes 13 minutes. And the first thing I did today was actually go on the Sky Lift, which pretty much was a mistake because I'm afraid of heights. It pauses, but it does take you all the way to the back of the park. So it's a good way to get across. And then right over here is the way to get into Merlin's Mayhem. And right next to it is the Kite Flight, which a lot of us know as Linus Launchers. So, but this is how you get into Merlin's, right there. And we're going to head over here. There is Duke's Duck Dash. So they do have a lot of kids games. And of course, these are a lot of games where a winner every time. And of course, we're going to do a Let's Play later on. So definitely make sure you check out that. But right there is the Market Square, Merlin's Marketplace. And here comes Merlin's Mayhem. So we're going to go right here and we're going to get some good views of this. So it's a short ride, but it is a fun ride. It is one of the newer family inverted coasters that you see. So, and not huge hill, but definitely goes with a lot of overbank turns and all that kind of fun stuff. So, but it is right in the heart of the park. So for them to put that in where it is, it definitely catches your eye no matter where you are. All right, so we're over here towards the right, and right up against here, there's a whole little kiddie alcove. But the neat thing about this park, this is the Market Square area, and right here you actually have some of the Dutch heritage with marionettes.
We stood and baked and cooked and made ready for the...
And we're going to come over here. Now, all the way here, hugging the side, you're going to see this purple coaster a lot on this side of the park, and this is Kingdom Coaster, which is the first CCI wooden coaster ever built. It was the Sky Princess when it opened up, but now it's been changed to Kingdom Coaster. And then right here you got a fun slide, which is the old potato sack race there. And here you got Dragonfire Barbecue and Brews. So there is actually alcohol available at this park, which you're seeing at a lot of other parks here. And of course there's a barbecue place here, Dragonfire. So best barbecue in the kingdom. Probably the only barbecue, but definitely would be a place that I would hit here. And like I said, with this being a marketplace, this is where they always have a little stage. We'll show you the stage real quick. There's a little stage right there where the mascots can go, and this is called the Market Square, also a place where you can have birthday parties and such. All right, so yet again we are hugging the right side of the park. Now there is a water park at this place, at Dutch Wonderland, but it's closed because it is an unseasonably cold time. So right there's the fun slide. So right next to the fun slide, you're going to see Balloon Chase and Twister. Now Twister is a classic carnival ride, so it's good to see one of those there. I believe they call it a Trimble. And then right over here is the double splash flume. I love this flume. It's a very small one. It's kind of like the size that you see over at like boardwalks and stuff like that. So there's the balloons. And we're gonna wait a second for this thing to launch right here. All right, so Twister is starting, and right there is Kingdom Coaster. I've already been in the Kingdom Coaster today, and it is a lot of fun, a lot of helixes. But we all know these rides, these are a lot of fun. All right, so that's this little alcove here. And like I said, we'll show you the double splash flume in another area. But you got, 3-4 attractions right in this nice little area. So now we're gonna head out towards the Market Square again, over by the barbecue, because barbecue, like I said, you got me a barbecue. Right there is the where you can get your drinks. Now, yet again, this is a Kingdom for kids, so there's a lot of strollers, a lot of stroller parking, and all that kind of stuff. All right, now right over here is a Rita's, because you gotta have a little Rita's in your life here. Yet again, we will be doing a Let's Eat, which will go through all the different food aspects later. Now, right here, this is the Aqua Theater, and one of the biggest shows that they have here is the dive show. So let's show you real quick here. And they have it already, even though the water park's not open, they do have the dive show. So right here's the pool, right there's the diving boards. This is one of the more popular shows. And of course, we're going to show you that later on this year too. Right outside that is a pretzel place. And right across from there is henna and face painting, which is not here right now. And of course, there's some more games. Here you got the carnival games where there's a winner every time. It just might not be you. All right, so right over here is the other side of the double flume drop. I'll give you a nice little view here. So this is a nice little picture shot right there. You got the double flume. Let's see if another log goes down. And it does have 2 drops. You can see the small hill right there. Kind of reminds me of Waldemere. Waldemere has one kind of like this too. All right, so there's one log going up the small hill. And of course, we don't have a log going down the hill yet. So, and in the background, of course, is Kingdom Coaster. There we go. We finally got one coming down. This will be the big drop. There we go. All right. And right here, you can see right there is the sky ride above us. Right there's the story time corner. So that thing goes so slow, you could probably watch the entire show. Now over here, you've got Huck and Finn's Leaping Frogs. Another kid coaster here. And we're headed over this way. Like I said, we're hugging the right-hand side. So this is a good way to look at the frogs here. A little pop of airtime for the kids. And right over here, this would be the kiddie coaster. This is called Joust. And this is a traditional kiddie coaster you've seen for years. They used to have a night in the middle. The night is now gone, so I don't know what happened to the night. And all the way back here, in this corner here, is where the wooden coaster, Kingdom Coaster, is the entrance with the photo booth right there. So here we are with the Kingdom Coaster, and right here is Joust. So you've seen where all the 3 coasters are. So if you're a coaster enthusiast, those are the credits that you need to get. So now we're going to head over here, and we're going to head all the way to the back of the park here. And all the way back here, this is called the Mill Stream Eatery. Now, there's a reason why they call it the Mill Stream, so we'll show you that, but that looks like a nice air-conditioned area there. Typical food court. Then over here, by the restrooms, this is a cute little ride right here. Honeybees and Mice. Let's see what the name of this one is. There's a monorail in the background. We'll show you how to get into the monorail in a few minutes. Let's see what this one is called. Honey Hop. And then you got bulldozers. So right here is the honey hop, and that is an adorable right there. And these are the little bulldozers here for the kids. So usually, if you're familiar with our explorers, we kind of separate out the water park and we separate out the kid rides. Well, this is a park that's pretty much 99% kids. Right there is Joust going in the background. And they do a double cycle, so it's not a quick little one and done. You actually have a double cycle there. And we're back here by the eatery. Now we're almost about halfway done with this video, so if you like what we're doing, definitely make sure you like and subscribe. And also, we do have a membership program now. For $1.99 this summer, you can get exclusive videos of all the parks that we go to and stuff. We're going to have at least 1 or 2 exclusives. Now this is the bumper cars. Now check out these bumper cars. You want to talk about vintage bumper cars? I haven't seen bumper cars that look like this ever, to be honest with you there. And it's got a little island in the middle. And then back here, you got a whole game section here. You've got, right here, you got the claw games, you got some skee ball. And here you got those annoying little frogs. And over here, you got the buckets. So, and we have a gentleman waving to us down the well. All right. Now, as you come over here, this is the driver's license. Now, why do they call it the driver's license? Well, this section is one that they cleaned up recently. It's called Exploration Island. And I love the fact that they really made this really nice. So let me show you what they did here. So in the past, there used to be the ferry that would go around. But now they actually have added the antique cars. And this is Mill Creek right here. You got fish in there and everything. But over here they got the antique cars and they got the gondolas, and they also have a nice little garden area. So this is a nice long track for the antique cars. And then you come over here. This is all for the gondolas. So this is the boats that go around Mill Creek. So we'll show you that whole area. But like I said, when I was here about 4 years ago, this wasn't really much here. So the fact that they really beautified this area is, you know, we tip our hat to, and here is the boats. And they're literal motorboats here. So it's not just a clever name here. It actually is a cute little motorboat area. And I love how it incorporates right there with the antique car track. And then that's a garden there where the kids can go and play and explore and all that kind of fun stuff there. We're going to do a spotlight on that later, so we'll show you this entire island in more detail. But this is a full explore here, so we want to take you through the entire park. So we're going to go past Exploration Island, and then we're going to go towards the middle and then towards the end of the park. So, like I said before, there is actually a water park attached. But the water park is actually closed today because it's been unseasonably cold this Memorial Day weekend. And we're actually here on Memorial Day. So now, like I was saying about the membership, so every park we go to, we're going to have exclusive videos just for that park that only members can get. Sometimes they're short, sometimes they're full length. So throughout the year, you know, we're always going to keep this membership going, but it's different tiers. But the good news is at this point, for the summer up until September 1st, or Labor Day weekend, all the tiers are the same price. So you pay for the low tier, you're going to get all the benefits. All right, so right here's the pit stop. This is a very popular snack area here. And we're going to hug the right area now. So we're going to hit the far end like we were talking about before. And over here, this is the beautiful part of the park there. So right there is Exploration Island. And right over here, this is where the Mill Creek is. So back here, you got a nice little picnic area. So there's some pretty spots here. And what I really like is, just like Isle Wild, they have a lot of Mr. Rogers stuff here. It's now Daniel Tiger, but how many times have you noticed that it's the quiet moments in the midst of life that seem to give the rest extra special meaning? So it's great to see that Mr. Rogers' legacy still lives on at these parks. But this is the quiet part of the park here. So here you got Stay Back from the Creek because they don't want kids going into the water. But it's kind of a nice little oasis in the hustle and bustle of an amusement park. Of course, they do have some speakers. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to walk this park and then we're going to flip around and we're going to go back through everything that we missed attraction-wise. But I wanted to just give people an idea of the beauty of this park. So we're going to turn around and we will go back the way we came. All right, so we're back at Exploration Island. Right there's the bumper cars, and here's the pit stop. So now we're going to take you there. We showed you the scenic part. Now we're going to show you the amusement park section here. So as we come around here, right there's the pit stop, and there's the path that we just took you there. So now we're heading right through the heart of the park. So think of it almost like the middle. And that's kind of cool. They have a Dutch Wonderland pretzel. You know, that's going to end up being a, what's that called? A thumbnail soon. But over here, here's the little Duke's bulldozers. We showed you those before. And now we're going to hug the right-hand side. Now, not the scenic way, but I'll give you a perspective. Right there is the Sky Ride entrance and the dive show. So now we're going to head over this way. And of course, we're going across the train tracks. There's two little trains. So you have the train that you saw in the front, and then they have the trains here now. This is Off-Road Rally. Fun little ride right there. And right over here, of course, is the Dippin' Dots, because you got to have numerous Dippin' Dots. Now, right above me here is the monorail train. And we're going to show you how to enter there in a second. But here's a little alcove here. So here's the Off-Road Rally. And then back here, you got yourself Frog Hopper. You always got to have a Frog Hopper, and this park is no different. So there's the Frog Hopper right here. Now, the neat thing about this park is, amongst all the chaos, there's little things that you notice. And this is a school thing here. You can ring the bell for an old schoolyard. And then we're going to go over here by the right. And right over here is Pensley's Pub, another place that you can grab a drink and some food. Plenty of seating. One thing I definitely like is there's a lot of seating here. And then right over here is the monorail entrance. And we'll show you that as we circle back one last time. But this is Pensley's Kitchen. This is one of the more popular places. And of course, connected to it is the Potato Patch, which if you know anything about Kennywood, they are infamous for their potato patch. So the fact that they got one here is showing you that Palace likes to mix their stuff here. Now, a quick little thing here. Right there's the monorail, and the entrance is right on the other side, which is over by Mayhem. Right there's the station for Mayhem, and here's a good view of Mayhem. All right, so we got ourselves another split here, and I'm going to split to the right, but then we might come back here. Actually, you know what? We're going to show you this way first. We're going to go to the left. We're changing up a little bit, and right over here is Daniel Tiger's Theater. So you got a nice little area here. If your little ones are fans of Daniel Tiger, this is a great little place to go. And right across from here, of course, is the store with Mr. Rogers stuff and Daniel Tiger stuff. I like the seating here. It's nice and brightly colored. And like I said, right there is Mayhem. So you know you're in the middle of the park when you see Mayhem. And of course, they got the shows at 11, 1:30, 3:30. So you can see when I'm not doing this, right? But yeah, you can get right up against here. And now we're back towards the front of the park. My first trip to Dutch Wonderland. Isn't that adorable? And over here, you've got some games on this side here. You got the basketball games. You got knock down the baskets. And here you got a little whip. Show you the little kid whip here. So there's the little kid's whip. So I don't know how whippy it is, but it is for little kids. And right over here's the gingerbread house. So we're right back here at the front part. So right there is a nice little photo op here. So now we're going to take you this way. Now, historically, this takes you out to Duke's Lagoon, but that is closed today. Here you guys get Dole Whip. And this is cute right here, another photo op for people. But we're going to go over here. We're going to show you this final little area. But like I said, this is Duke's Lagoon. This is where Duke's Lagoon would be. And we're going to do a separate Explorer later on in the summer, showing you all the stuff there. But here's the last little section we need to show you. Over here is Tea Party. And you can't really have a princess themed place without a tea party, right? And then you come over this way. There's the Tea Party. Let's make that a little darker. And then over here is Sky Fighters. This is a nice little airplane ride for the kids. And this is the scenic path here. So if we take this all the way back, it'll take you all the way back to the scenic path. But yet again, this is another way to get into Duke's Lagoon. And like I said, they were supposed to be open this weekend, but the weather was way too chilly for it. I was actually surprised to see the flumes. But right here's the creek and stuff like that. And we're going to come over this way, and then we're going to head all the way back to the front. But once again, if you haven't been to Dutch Wonderland, it is a kingdom for kids. It is award-winning. It is a park that, if you don't have kids, there's not much for you to do. So it's one of those parks that for the last couple of years, even though it technically probably is the closest park to me, I didn't really go here much because my kids are adults and I don't have grandkids yet. So when I have grandkids, I would definitely be considering it. But, oh, here's a couple of rides here. So this is a ride that they are reconstructing there. I believe it is a Tremble there, but here's the hand cars. I saw these over at Knoebels, and you want to work for your fun. There you go. You got to crank the wheel to go through it, and it is a really, really big course. And let's see what this is right over here. So right now, this is the Flying Trapeze. So this was more of the adult rides there, but as you can tell, it is not operational right now. Hopefully later on in the season it'll be here. And this is the Dutch Wonder House. So this is one of those fun little old time attractions that kind of like Isle Wild. They kind of get built in-house, and you know, they're very unique for the park. Now, as we walk over this way, we're heading back towards the front. And here we are again over here by the Daniel Tiger's stage again. So definitely let us know what you think about this walkthrough. We're also going to be doing it unplugged. And over the summer, we're going to be doing a Let's Eat, Let's Play, all our staple ones that we've done forever. But this is Paul, and here at Dutch Wonderland in 2025. And I can't wait to see you in the queue.